Yo, what's going on, guys? EK9 here, bringing you guys another State of the NHL, and today we'll look at the bunch of jerks, aka the Carolina Hurricanes. So as you guys can see, this is the Hurricanes lineup currently. They have Jordan Martinook with Sebastian Aho and Teuvo Teravainen. They also have Justin Williams, Mr. Game 7 himself, Vincent Trocheck, and Ryan Dzingel. Third line, they got Warren Foegele with Jordan Staal and Brock McGinn. And on the fourth line, they got Martin Necas with Nino Niederreiter, and this is not actually Svechnikov since he was injured in that playoff series against Boston. It's actually Geeky. And on the defensive end, they've got Jakob Slavin with Dougie Hamilton. They've got Sami Vatanen with Brady Shea, and Jake Gardiner and Hayden Fleury. Tending the pipes for the Hurricanes, they've got Peter Mrazek as well as James Reimer. The Hurricanes also have a few injuries. I mentioned one already, and that was uh, Andrei Svechnikov, who was injured by Chara there with his ankle. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it was a really nasty looking play. It looked like it quite hurt quite a bit. They're also without Brett Pesce and Joel Edmondson, so two of their defensive pieces there. But even without them, look at their defensive core. Still looks unreal, and we'll talk about that defensive core a little bit later on. For cap space, the Hurricanes are a little tight on cap. They are at 960,000 to work with. However, they will free up 600,000 with Justin Falk, as they did retain some of his salary in that trade with St. Louis, and they'll also free up 6.2 million from the Patrick Marleau buyout from the Toronto Maple Leafs once they acquired him. That's going to make a lot of cap for this team. 6.2 million goes a long ways. And let's talk about that Marleau trade. So since the Leafs traded away Marleau to free up a bit of cap for themselves, and the Hurricanes took on that cap space, the Leafs had to surrender their first round pick. Now, the condition of the pick was if it was a top 10 pick this season, the Leafs would keep on to it. If it was not, the pick would be surrendered to Carolina. If it would have been a top 10, they would have got next year's pick. So since it's not, the Hurricanes do get that first round pick. The Leafs are without a first this season. And the Hurricanes actually traded away their first round pick in the Brady Shea trade to the New York Rangers. So they do get at least a first rounder. They still seem like a pretty contending team. And they do have a few contracts expiring. They got Warren Foegele's contract is expiring. Justin Williams' contract is expiring as well. I don't know if they re-sign him. He is getting up there in age, but he does provide that veteran presence that's needed. Joel Edmondson's contract's up, Sami Vatanen's up, Trevor Van Riemsdyk's up, and Hayden Fleury's is up. The average age of the Hurricanes forward core is 26 and a half. Defensive core is about 27, and their goalies are about 30. They finished with a 38, 25, and 5 record. They looked really good this year. I think this team's got a lot of talent. I think this team's going to be a threat in the NHL for the next few seasons to come. So the Hurricanes they've established a great team with a really young offense with a strong veteran presence. They've got Jordan Staal, they've got Williams, and they've got some great veteran presence, and they've got some really good young talent in Sebastian Aho, Andrei Svechnikov, Teravainen maybe 25, but he's still a little bit young. They got Warren Foegele. They've got some really good young talent. Martin Necas as well. So they've got a really good young team that's really developing. They're playing really well, gelling together. And I think this team's going to be really good for the next few years. And they have undoubtedly one of the best defensive cores in the NHL, if not the best. You guys seen it here with this their top six right here. Plus they have Edmondson injured. They have Pesce injured. This team and TVR, they're benching. They have great defense. They're going to be having to surrender a few of them. Like I said, Edmondson's contract's up, Vatanen's up, TVR and Fleury. I think they're going to re-sign Fleury. I definitely think they're going to keep that young prospect that they drafted. I think this might be the end of TVR's time in Carolina, as he was benched throughout the whole playoffs. I don't see him becoming on this team. I think that they move away from him, and I think maybe they let Vatanen go once Pesce comes back to the lineup. I don't know, but they're going to have to free up some cap to re-sign Foegele, and I'm thinking they're going to re-sign Joel Edmondson as well. So I think this team does go pretty far next season. I think that they're going to look better than they ever did. I think this playoff loss is going to hurt them. That's 2 years in a row being knocked out by the Bruins. And no, I'm not talking about the Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm talking about the Carolina Hurricanes. But yeah, they've fell at the hands of the Bruins the last 2 years. I think they're going to come back with a vendetta. They're going to come back with some type of motivation to be a stronger team because they look unreal, and they will for the next few years to come. I have this team going 46, 26, and 10 with 102 points. Let me know your guys' thoughts on that. If you guys did enjoy it, leave a like, drop a comment, let me know your thoughts, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We're at 354 subs, so let's get there, guys. Let's try and get to around 400. All right, see you guys soon.